Hey guys, making a video reflecting kind of on what I just made a video on. Obviously, I made the previous video shorter. I didn't want to, I wanted to have a short one, give you an update on what's going on, kind of give you a brief synopsis of it, and this one is going to be a little bit more in depth. As far as for what to do when you're applying for jobs, and this is coming from what I do. So I applied to this job that I went and talked to the hiring manager, which is usually the HR manager. You could say hiring manager or HR manager. So what I did was I looked online, went to the company website, applied there. I usually just if it's a close by job, close by place, I'll just go onto the website and apply there and see because you could go into the careers and just see what's available. Sometimes all the postings are there, sometimes it's not, and you'll have to go to like Indeed and whatnot, other different job searching engine places. I don't really know the term for that, but you have to look it up at a couple different places for a couple different websites for some job applications, and it's a little more of a cumbersome task now, but that's the day and age that we're in now. It just kind of just seems like that's what's happening more and more. You can have multiple job postings. It seems like, oh my gosh, they're hiring a bunch of people, and really there's only 2 jobs open, even though there's all of these like 6, 7 positions that are all the same but on different sites, and it seems like they're hiring for a whole bunch more. Slightly deceptive, but that is how things are, especially with politics, presidency race going on. So yeah, what I do is I apply, go do that online. I would recommend saying open at any time unless you already have a first job, and then obviously put the times in that you would not be available. Say I'm available except for these times, from this time to this time. I did not do that for this one because, yeah, I work at Safeway, but I work the night shift, and for this store, it doesn't even open until after I get off work, and it ends before I would even start work. So the hours are pretty lenient there. So I applied to both positions, and both of them I would have no issue working. So yeah, that's great. And then after that, I recommend, you can see what I wore. Now this polo is a little fancier, so to say. Any polo really works, black, white. You can wear gray as well, monotone. This might be a little much, but I just wanted to wear it. I liked how it looked. And then just wearing jeans and black shoes. Obviously a belt. I just wear a belt there, and yeah, that's what I do. I did put on some fragrance. I like to smell good. I am slightly nose blind, so that's one of the things I'm slightly fearful of. These are the fragrances that I wear, but that's not absolutely necessary. Obviously, wear deodorant, brush your teeth, mouthwash right before you go in. And, just ask for the hiring manager and say, hey, is the hiring manager in? Or better yet, usually what I do is I'll go in and ask for the HR manager, if I could speak to them, or hiring manager. That way I get either one. if most places the hiring manager is the HR, human resources manager. That's what I did in my case. At first, it's an interesting place because I've actually applied there earlier a few weeks ago, and that was back when I was having my second job, or my previous job that I left. And yeah, I went in and the manager was gone. So I came in for this time, and it kind of was like they don't want me to see the hiring manager. Said she was super busy, blah blah blah. If they tell you that, still ask. That's what I did. I couldn't need to ask. I just said I would just really appreciate to be able to, be able to speak with her, and told them I could wait if needed. And right after that, they called and she came right out. So, yeah. As far as for what actually happened, as far as the conversation, it was a little bit odd, and part of that was because I had applied there before. When I was working at my previous job, my hours were not going to be able to align for that job, so I obviously let her know that I left that job. I'm not working there. I'm trying to, find something new, something better. And I didn't really mention the whole new better. That's what I'm looking for personally. But, when she asked if I was looking for short-term or long-term, I said either one. And I keep it as open as possible. It could be short-term, it could be long-term, because the reason why I said that was because there was part-time and then there was full-time that I applied for. And I'm good with either one. I would obviously appreciate for it to be long-term, but I do also understand that circumstances change. If you're going to go in and hiring manager asks you that, I would recommend saying long-term. Obviously, there's no reason for them to hire you if you're trying to apply for a full-time job, if you're looking at it for short-term. She did ask, and this was something that I thought was a little interesting. She did ask about going to school, and I told her I'm not going to school, maybe sometime in the future, but not right now. I'm just focusing on trying to pay my rent. And that's kind of, just being 100% honest up front, trying to get that done, and that's the best thing you can do. You don't want to hide too much. One of the things I didn't say, which was I was working at Safeway, I didn't feel like that was even needed to be said. So rather than just lying and saying, "Oh, I'm working," beat around the bush, I just didn't even mention it. There's no point in mentioning it. So yeah, I'll see what happens. I honestly don't think that I'm gonna get a call back. It was just a little odd. She said that the part-time position, I guess for checking, is filled. But I don't know if that was actually true. It sounded, the way that it was said, sounded like it was, yeah, you're not a good fit. That's what I got from that. And I also thought that was a little odd, considering I have a lot of work experience, recent work experience. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. She did seem a little bit more intrigued about me working the electronics hardware section, which I do have quite a bit of experience in from working at Walmart. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, just always, be presentable, speak clearly, and just be kind of relaxed, or as relaxed as can be. The more relaxed, the more calm you are, the better you will do in introducing yourself, and even in the interviews, the better it will be. Um, I I've gone through a bunch of interviews myself, recently and previously, um, way back when. And what I've learned is I just go in, and I know I have the experience now. I'm very confident with that. I just go in confidently, kind of expecting, like, I know I'm the fit. I know I'm the guy. Hire me if you want, but if not, I understand. You guys lost a great opportunity of hiring somebody who works hard, has experience, and knows what they're doing. So that's how I go in. I mean, not everybody has the experience, but if you show that you're confident, you're confident, you want to work, and you're available, and you're willing, you'll have a much better chance than saying, I don't know, I want these hours and these times, I want this and that. If you start out with that, or even put that on your resume, that's hurting yourself. And if you don't have experience to boot, you're not going to get the job. They're not going to look at you, because to them, the hiring managers are going to look at that and be like, that's a waste of time. This guy's has so much going on. There's going to be problems. They're going to see problems moving forward. And yeah, I 100% think that there's so many job listings that are out there. And there's a lot of people applying, but there's a lot of people not getting jobs. And the problem is that some of these jobs that are posted aren't taken down. Some of these get reposted and reposted after going through a ton of new hires, and a lot of things, like a lot of other factors go in, and it's very upsetting. It's very, very sad, and it definitely feels like we're all in this boat of, it is so hard to get a job. It is incredibly hard to get a job. And the reality is, there's a structure or format that I kind of go through, which I just kind of told you guys about. I go through that. Usually it works. It doesn't always work. I would say about 90% of the time it works. I've been getting jobs that I've been applying to, like the first place I applied to, I usually get it. But I'm also focusing on what I know. I have the experience and etc. in. I think part of the problem is that there are people that are applying that just got out of college. It is fantastic they have a degree, but what do they have as far as work experience? Nothing. And this day and age, you have to have work experience. It is very, very hard to get a job without work experience. If you're in that position and you're a student, try to get a job. And this is what I would do if I was in college still. I would get a job at the school, at the college. And I feel like that's even more important this day and age, because you will get some kind of a discount off your tuition at most colleges. And that saves you money. as far as for the tuition, which is a lot, I've heard from people at a couple different colleges that have worked at their colleges saving insane amount of money, like tens of thousands of dollars. I highly recommend it. It is definitely worth it. And not to mention, you're also getting that resume built up. And that also shows that you have some experience, and now you have that degree as well. I do think college is very important when applying to jobs as well. I think that you need to have college experience? No. I have an AA, an associate's degree. That's all I have. I haven't had problems with getting jobs except for the very beginning. It took me really about my third job to really be able to start realizing what areas of work I do well in. And then it also took me those first three jobs to build up my resume. So that I would recommend doing the college thing if you can. I don't think college is completely dead. I think it's great and it's necessary for a career. Can you get a career without going to college? Yes, definitely. But yeah, I understand both sides of it. I understand that when there are people saying that college degree is kind of a waste of time, I understand that, but I don't think it's a complete waste of time. I think that it is still valued. It's just the value, it's not being looked at the same as it used to. But yeah, I think long term, that kind of thing, definitely college is definitely a huge asset. Having an AA, a BA, that kind of a thing, a master's. So, anyways, that is what I recommend. Kind of used myself as an example applying. I don't really apply too often. I'm looking at potentially getting a second job now, so I'm starting to apply to places a lot more, and I'm kind of actually really enjoying it. I haven't done that in a long time. Applications and everything has definitely changed. It's really odd because there used to be all these questions that you would do on the computer. That's not around. And then before that, there was all these questions and everything that you would have to fill out in paper. And that's definitely not around. Everything's electronic now. So everything has changed. Application takes about 10 minutes now. It is insane. It is so much quicker, so much easier, so much faster to apply to places now. So anyways, applying, that's usually not the problem. It's getting that interview and then succeeding in that interview. That seems to be the problem that most people are having this day and age. Anyways, hope you have a great day. Bye.